Well, here's a perfect example. You think about Michael Beasley and what he did on the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
He gets that contract from LA. It was one of the many bad signings for the Lakers. And so let's talk about Los Angeles now, because they have the 4th pick. They have all these young guys. They have LeBron coming off injury. What's the best move right now if you're the Lakers?
I mean, look, the dream scenario is they still wind up trading for AD.
Do you think they can actually pull it off? Do you think New Orleans wants to trade with them? I mean,
maybe not. And that's a real thing, right? Like if the owner of a team is not inclined to deal with you, if negotiations have gone sour in previous instances, like that can be a reality. Now, moving up in the lottery, that has to help.
Definitely.
It certainly can't hurt. But then if we're talking about that, we also have to talk about Brandon Ingram, who I thought played some of the best basketball of his career right at the end of the season.
He started to turn it on a little bit.
Yeah, and then, look, this blood clot stuff is super scary.
Yeah,
and,
we don't
the
know.
Lakers can say that he'll be fine. They can say that they're not worried. He can say he's confident that he'll be back to normal, and like I truly hope that is all the case.
Absolutely.
But that is going to scare off other teams. And
who's going to want to trade for that?
It's really tough. Like you're going to have been really diligent in your research, and you're going to have trusted your doctors and consulted with your medical staff, and like they'll have to essentially assure you like there's this probability that he will remain healthy. If not, I don't know how you can make that the headliner guy. And that's the weird thing, because I think for most teams he would be the headliner guy, and I think it is not like crazy or out of the question to look at Ingram and look at how young he is and look at all the things he can do on the court and still see that star potential that you saw when he was the number 2 pick. Like I've seen games where he looks like that. I've seen games where he's guarding point guards and he has this like crazy long wingspan.
The guy's a freak out there.
Yeah, and he can get in the paint, and like you can pick nits with his game. I don't think he functioned like super well next to LeBron last year. I don't think he was that interested in being a spot-up 3-point shooter, even though he's not a bad 3-point shooter, and he certainly had good shooting numbers in college. Like that's not really what he wants to do. So it's still a process for him learning how to be a complementary player if he is going to stick in LA and play next to LeBron. But I think if you're another team, all the guys they have, the Alonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, all those guys, like those are young players who still have upside, who have already proven to be productive in various areas in the NBA. I think Ingram was still supposed to be the crown jewel of that package.
Right.
Maybe now that number 4 pick is the crown jewel.
Essentially the best asset they have
of that package, and I don't know if that's better than what Boston might have on the table, or what like mystery team X that could enter the AD sweepstakes. Yeah, like I don't know. And I think David Griffin is being really smart in New Orleans by coming out so strongly and publicly saying that they're not giving up on salvaging the situation. They're going to try to sell AD on coming back. He told Zach Lowe of ESPN on draft lottery night, like, we can be Oklahoma City with Herbert. They can play into the season and try to show him, like, this is what it looks like.
That's the best move that they can have at this point.
It might be, because they're obviously going to draft Zion Williamson. And the potential of those 2 guys playing together.
Plus Drew Holiday.
I mean, like defensively, those 3, that like just makes my head spin. Like, that's crazy. Like all those guys can guard almost anybody on the court. And then together, like just their length and their intensity. Like the thing about Zion is like, he's a guy that I think stars would like to play with, because he's not just this dude that is going to like that is going to demand the ball on the perimeter, that wants to take all the shots. Like, he plays super hard. He plays both ends. He's a really smart player. He's a really good passer. He's sort of this like weird combination where like he can be like a rim running center at times, and then he can also be like a point forward.
I know. And we've never seen something like that.
And in transition, he's crazy. Yeah. And I just like, I would love to see that trio try it.
Just for a couple months at least.
And I don't know that Anthony Davis is going to see it this way. He might just want to stick to his guns. He might still be focused on playing with LeBron. He might still just have this idea in his head that the best thing he can do is choose his next team now, so that when he hits free agency, he can re-sign with bird rights. Because if you sign with another team, this is getting a little technical, I know, but like if you sign with another team in free agency, that ends up costing you a little bit of money, and that team will have to free the cap space to come get you, so your options kind of dwindle. So, for example, the Lakers, they're probably not going to have that space to get him. Next summer, it would be a lot easier for them to just trade for him now.
Right.
So I assume that a meeting is going to take place between David Griffin and Rich Paul and Anthony Davis.
I'm sure that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, And I wonder how hardline Davis's stance will be. I wonder if Griffin can successfully sell him on opening his mind to at least the possibility of staying. And if he doesn't, then what is the play? Is the play like, we're going to dare you to sit out because we think you'll like this? Or is it what Griffin initially said when he took the job and he was at his press conference, which is you're either all the way in and all the way out?